Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? HWPL Global Peace Education Conference will begin shortly at 5. I kindly ask for everyone to please take your seat in your designated seats. We are about to start the HWPL Global Peace Education Conference. I kindly ask everyone to please take your seat. Please put your phone into silent mode and turn on the translation device prepared at your seat. Korean, Mongolian, and French will be interpreted through the interpretation devices. And Czech, Indonesian, Ukrainian, and Thai will be interpreted online. For the interpretation devices, please refer to the table on the screen for the interpreter channel number for each language. In addition, since there is online interpretation, if you're not receiving online interpretation, please refrain from using the Wi-Fi. Thank you for your cooperation. Hello everyone. Welcome to Global Peace Education Conference. My name is Lindsay Kim, a member of HWPL and a presider for today's conference. The theme of today's conference is promoting the institutionalization of peace through education. Ever since 2017, HWPL has been working together with education departments and institutes to provide peace education to children and young adults. HWPL has put lots of efforts in promoting institutionalization of peace. Today at the Global Peace Education Conference, we'd like to discuss together sustainable and effective means of spreading peace culture and settling peace. Ministers and staff from the Ministry of Education and education specialists from all over the world are here with us today. I'd like to invite our guests to freely share ideas and make this conference a turning point to bring significant changes in the world. The Global Peace Education Conference, held as the 9th annual commemoration of HWPL World Peace Summit, is consisted of 2 sessions in total. First session is consisted of congratulatory address and keynote speeches, followed by panel decision on institutionalizing peace and education in the second session. First, I would like to take the moment to introduce our distinguished guests. Let's welcome them with warm applause as I call out on each guest's name. First, former President of the Republic of Ecuador, Rosalia Arteaga Serrano, is in attendance. Former Vice President of Malawi, Kumbo Hastings Kachali. 21st Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shahid Khaqan Abbasi. Minister, Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports of Montserrat, Charles Carnon. Minister, Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture of Grenada, Ron Redhead. Secretary of Ministry of Education and Training, Lesotho, Advocate Pia Cliff Chaleli. Minister of Higher Education, Science and Culture, Jose Honorino da Costa Pereira Geronimo. Advisor to Minister of Ministry of Education of Union of the Comoros, Mr. Miftahu Anfaidin. Former Minister of Ministry of General Education and Instruction, Deng Deng Ho Kiai. Former Minister of Women, Family, Children, and Seniors of Tunisia, Neziha Nabidi. Commission on Higher Education, Commissioner, Dr. Ronald Adamat. Teacher of Scuola Gimnasiale Ferdinand I, Mrs. Aurora Simona Spiraru. Thank you. I apologize for not being able to introduce every participant due to the lack of time. Along with our 12 distinguished guests, we have 237 educators from 50 countries participating in this conference. I would like to thank everyone who traveled far distances to participate in today's conference. Now, 21st Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, will deliver the congratulatory address to all the educators who endeavor for the peace education. He served as 21st Prime Minister in Pakistan. Everyone, please welcome 21st Prime Minister with a big round of applause.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening to all fellow delegates at the HWPL Peace Summit. I am Shahid Khaqan Abbasi and I served as the 21st Prime Minister of Pakistan. It is a privilege to attend the HWPL Peace Summit and meet all of you here who have gathered to work for peace in the world. I congratulate HWPL for holding the Peace Summit again in the Republic of Korea after a long pause due to COVID-19. HWPL remained active during the 3 years of the pandemic and kept working on its efforts for peace through online activities. I would like to express my deepest respect for your passion and hard work to realize world peace. In the last century, the world experienced 2 world wars and numerous other conflicts in which millions of humans lost their lives and hundreds of millions suffered injuries and great hardship. We live in an era which is materially developed and appears peaceful. But even today, conflicts due to unresolved issues threaten peace in the world. As I speak today, millions of people across the world are suffering due to wars and civil wars, threatening the peace and security of the global village. HWPL is carrying out a peace movement around the world with the motto of ending war and to leave a legacy of peace for the future generations. People around the world, transcending nationality, race, or religion, are working together with HWPL to achieve the common goal of ending war and establishing world peace. Peace begins with people. If each individual becomes a reality of peace, then the family, the society, and the country will become prosperous and peaceful, bringing peace to the world. Education has the power to change people, and peace education is essential to achieving peace It is only through a process of education that we can change people's minds and thoughts in order to end war and achieve peace in the future. A peace education project is critical, as AWPL has emphasized. The future world that our children will live in will have challenges more diverse and complex than ever before. Global issues such as security, conflicts, wars, wealth inequality, trade inequity, environmental pollution, and global warming will become much more serious and complicated than they are today. Today's children are our future leaders. They need to learn respect for diversity and harmony, and coexistence and sustainability. Peace education will prepare our children to solve global issues peacefully and grow into future citizens of peace and leaders of peace, who can turn the world into a world of peace. In order for children to grow up to be leaders of peace, it is essential that peace education be provided to students at all levels in school. Peace education must be made mandatory in schools, and the state must provide support and cooperation at the national level to achieve this goal. I am happy to note that AWPL is conducting peace education for students and has transacted MOUs with 385 schools in 51 countries. In addition, teachers from around the world are participating in a peace education program to instill the spirit of peace in their students. The peace family of AWPL truly believe that we are one. In a similar spirit, if families, schools, society, and the state work together and support peace education, I have no doubt that our children will grow up to be informed and motivated leaders of peace in the future. Peace is a dream that everyone desires. We are gathered here to discuss practical solutions for peace, and I believe that this meeting will prove to be a pivotal model to make the dream of peace come true. I believe that peace will come sooner than we think, because there are people like all of you who are working hard to achieve this dream. Thank you all once again for your passion and hard work for peace.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We have prepared a video to introduce HWPL Peace Education. What shall we teach the next generations today, suffered by wars, to go forward with peace? HWPL would like to present Direction for Peace Education. Using the concrete materials for peace. Let's watch the video together.
Great people aren't the only ones who change the world. One person changed the future with just 7 trees. In her motherland, Kenya, Africa. The land was completely desolate from indiscriminate logging. Children had to walk far distances to draw water. Animals starved from the lack of foods. Finding a hope in the land without forest was like finding a needle in a haystack. Wangari Maathai always had hope in her heart. She listened to her inner voice. Greenbelt movement was started by a single person. The dense forest with over 4.5 million trees started with just 7 trees. The Greenbelt movement that began at Kenya made the world greener. A simple act of planting trees changed the future. The future is in your hands today. HWPL is planting the seed for the future to create the world with sustainable peace. HWPL joins hands with educational institutes from all over the world to create national policies for the peaceful future. HWPL Peace Education is conducted in over 94 countries. It is also dedicated in training peace educators who will plant the seeds of peace in the hearts of children. Peace Education textbook consists of 12 chapters, teaches core values of peace and its meanings. It serves as a foundation for students to become citizens of peace. Leaving the legacy of the world with sustainable peace is the greatest responsibility we have today. the peace education that transforms the future. The seed of peace you plant today will bloom beautifully in the future.
There was a video that clearly presented the vision for peace education. Now, we'll have two keynote speakers delivering speech on the topic of institutionalization of peace through education. Peace education is a crucial process to institutionalize peace. That is why each government should be responsible for promoting the institutionalization of peace by implementing the system to effectively carry out the peace education. Next, we'll hear a keynote speech from Commission on Higher Education, Commissioner Dr. Ronald Adamat. The Commission on Higher Education is an organization under Philippines government that manages and oversees universities all around the Philippines. After signing the Peace Education MOA with HWPL in 2018, it has been implementing peace education in all universities in Philippines. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Greetings of peace to one and all, fellow peace advocate and educator. I am Dr. Ronald L. Adamat, Commissioner of the Commission on Higher Education in the Philippines. Before I'll proceed, I'll take this opportunity to introduce my fellow Commissioner of the Commission on Higher Education in the Philippines, none other than Commissioner Mark Libre. This is his first time to attend this event. Okay, and for that matter, can I request to share the greetings of peace to the person seated next to you? Say, peace be with you. Thank you very much. I remember the statement of Chairman Manhil Lee. We just don't content ourselves in saying, peace be with you, etc., etc. So I remember my quote, which runs this way: don't fail to express love through hugging or kissing the person you love, for the opportunity may not come that way again. So don't fail to embrace or to kiss the person you love, because the opportunity may not come that way again. Okay, in my book, in my song composition, because I'm a song composer, entitled Education Builds the Future, I said, and I quote myself, education is everyone's concern, that all people should acquire as a weapon to change the world, for us all to live in peace with prosperity. Yes, education is an instrument where ideas, schemes, and designs are forged, shaped, and built in order to address various issues that affect human development and well-being. I believe that we in the education sector could really make education the weapon that will not only wipe out illiteracy or flatten poverty, but one that will pulverize unpeace, wars, hostilities, violence, and discord, and one that will usher in world peace, understanding, harmony, and unity. I am here before this big international gathering of peace advocates to deliver a message of peace, peace that will be achieved through education, peace that will be strengthened and sustained by way of our respective, unique educational systems. But I will not be here with you without the blessings and invitation of our dear Heavenly Culture World Peace Restoration of Light Chairman Manhil Lee, who I consider the father of world peace, whose vision is to bring peace to all countries and peoples of the world. And I'd like us to give a very, very resounding applause to Chairman Manhil Lee. Thank you very much. I'm inspired to work hard for peace, especially in the higher education sector, where I serve as Commissioner of the Philippine Commission on Higher Education, and I want to enjoin all of you to involve yourselves in peace buildings, peacemakings, initiatives in your respective communities and countries. Around the world, there is a clamor for peace to promote human progress. That's why we are here to celebrate the 9th anniversary of this September 18th HWPL World Summit here in Seoul, or in Incheon, South Korea. This is to be a reminder for all of us that the absence of peace remains the main reason why wars and hostilities between and among nations and peoples around the world occur. And so, I condemn in the strongest possible terms the killings and destructions brought about by all wars and hostilities happening around us today. And I also condemn the pain and the hurt that they have brought upon many people of the world. Thus, I call for all nations to support the DPC or DPCW, or the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of Wars. Now, allow me to share with you my insights on how education can play a major role in international peacemaking and in achieving world peace. I remember in 2016, when I told myself that I will be the voice of peace in the Philippine Commission on Higher Education, and I will work for the integration of peace studies or peace education into the higher education curricula. And true enough, in 2019, we in the Commission approved the issuance of a mandate directing all higher education institutions in the country to adopt the integration of peace studies or education into the higher education curricula. Thus, the role of education as an effective tool for peace. I'd like to impress upon all of you today the motivation and the reason, or shall I say, the inspiration why peace studies in higher education was adopted. The reason is to ensure that our country's educational institutions can become effective instruments for the propagation of world peace. Therefore, all Filipino students shall enroll themselves in peace subjects or courses that carry key peace themes and perspectives. How I wish that all peoples around the world, through the collaboration and guidance of the HWPL under our dear Chairman Manhil Lee, will be educated, trained, and inculcated about the values of peace, respect, harmony, and solidarity with all peoples and mankind. As my quote goes, and I quote myself, investing in peace is investing for the future, unquote. How I wish that all governments around the world will invest more in peace rather than war, and adopt the DPCW, Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War, and emphasize the role of nation-states and civil society in achieving peace. How I wish we will all make education as an instrument for the realization and sustainability of world peace, understanding, harmony, and unity. Further, in relation to education as tool for peace and being the only Filipino awardee of the prestigious Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Prize for Nonviolent Peace Award, for 2020. By the way, thanks so much to HWPL through Chairman Manhil Lee for the nomination. Thank you very much. I am more committed to peace work and more peace work, and especially in raising the call among all of you and all peoples of the world to volunteer for peace by becoming International Volunteer Individuals for Peace, or IVIP, and HWPL, who will work for world peace, understanding, harmony, and unity. This is the primary objective of our peace organization in the Philippines, the Volunteer Individuals for Peace, in partnership with HWPL. Now, I'd like to conclude by saying that in the Philippines, we tirelessly engage in various peace-related activities and extracurricular programs by our government's peace education programs like the establishment of Volunteer Individuals for Peace in partnership with Heavenly Culture World Peace, restoration of light peace monuments, and peace markers in state universities and colleges throughout the country. And a resolution number, meaning the resolution of CHED, number 262/2023, passed by the Commission on Higher Education, enjoining all Filipino higher education institutions and CHED central and regional offices to permanently designate in their libraries peace corners that will be devoted solely for the promotion of peace. And that is happening now in the Philippines. Establishment of BIP HWPL, restoration of student peace clubs in state universities and colleges, organizing of on-the-spot painting contest for peace and peace music fest in state universities and colleges to highlight the relevance of peace in nation building and youth development. Organizing of peace literacy competition, peace essay writing competition, peace songwriting like We Are One, because I composed We Are One, and that we encourage youngsters to do the same by composing songs also on peace. Publication of my books on peace and indigenous people's rights, film production in state universities and colleges of the value packed historical, cultural, and peace theme movies. I have a movie. Declaration of National Peace Day, January 24 of every year in the Philippines. Lastly, to our dear HWPL Chairman Manhil Lee, friends and fellow international peace advocates, I'd say all of these initiatives are envisioned to increase and sustain peace among peoples and nations of the world through education. Finally, I leave with you two of my favorite quotes. First on peace, and it runs this way. Let's declare peace as a pandemic. Infect people not to rest in peace, but to live in peace. And on education, it runs this way. Education is a way to peace and a stairway to a better future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's give warm applause for Dr. Ronald Adamat and educators in Philippines who will continue their endeavor in bringing peace for the future. Next, we'll hear a keynote speech from Mrs. Aurora Simona Spiraru. She's a teacher at Escuela Gimnasia La Ferdinand First. Since 2021, she has been implementing and managing HWPL peace education in her school. In 2022, she's become a certified educator with all lessons in HWPL Peace Education curricula. She's experienced and taught peace education herself, being forefront in spreading peace culture. At this time, she will share cases she's experienced in teaching peace education that will certainly become a great inspiration for everyone here. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Dear teachers and educators from all over the world, I greet you with joy and a wide smile. As Mother Teresa beautifully said, peace begins with a smile. I'm a primary education teacher at Ferdinand First School in Bucharest, Romania, and I have been teaching with energy, enthusiasm, and with light in my soul and in my mind for about 27 years. I put soul and passion in everything I do, and development opportunities do not cease to appear into my life. My school is taking care of education of about 700 students from 6 till 14 years old, and we developed a lot of projects for increasing harmony and respect among students. A wonderful and unique chance for my school was participating along with my students in the project run by HWPL, Education for Peace, between 2021 and 2022. I am deeply grateful to the HWPL team for the invitation to be a messenger of peace in my classroom, in my school, in my family, in my country, and also around the world. The beloved singer John Lennon said that peace is not something you would want. Peace is what you do. It's what you create. It's something you are. It's what you give to the others. Following these words, I put them into action, and together with my 7-8 years old students, we carried out attractive activities. We realized the importance of peace on earth, and we understood what are the most important values for maintaining peace and harmony between people. Although my students were at an early age, they understood very well the message of each lesson, and they managed to prove that they are children of peace, raised in love, understanding, and harmony. The project consisted in presenting 12 peace lessons from the organization's textbook and drawing up a report at the end of each lesson. The offered lessons were a real support in the sense that they were debated issues related to the harmony of nature, the intervention of man in the deterioration of this harmony, gratitude, respect for the elderly, appreciation of the effort of all members of the community, effective communication and restoration of peace, and last but not least, understanding the importance of love in creating a world of peace and harmony. The activities were carefully thought out, especially since they were held in front of such young children, preparatory and first grade. But I realized how important it is to talk to them from now on about these valuable aspects necessary for the smooth running of humanity. I gladly relive every moment spent to facilitate the correct understanding of the message in the Peace Lessons textbook to my students. I really enjoyed bringing in front of them games, experiments, images, examples of different people, works of art, and especially stories. Stories have an overwhelming impact on children's minds and souls, and they are effective tools in introducing them to abstract concepts like this. I carefully observed my students during the presentations, and I realized how important it is to talk to them about peace from an early age and what impact peace talks can have on a group. In just a few months, the children have become quieter. They treat each other with more respect. They take better care of the places they learn and play. They are more attentive to the needs of others. They are empathetic and eager to help. I know that nothing is accidental in this world, and everything happens to us to evolve to a new, great, and wonderful world. The development of this project was not accidental either, because shortly after the completion of the 12 peace lessons, in our neighboring country, Ukraine, the war occurred. And in our school, we received hundreds of Ukrainian refugees. My students and their parents, already sensitized and aware of the serious consequences of the war, participated and still volunteering to help these people in need. They provided food, shelter, transportation, hygiene items, clothing, toys. The fact that they did it with an open heart shows how great the impact of these lessons was and how valuable the stories were. The parents of my students were also of real support, because no activity is successful if we do not collaborate and support each other. We are fortunate to have a diversity of cultures in our classroom, such as Syrians, Turks, Greeks, Chinese. This gives us multiple opportunities to learn interesting things about each other. This happened when the mother of a Syrian girl told the children about the war in Syria and how they had to leave their country, about the terrible effects brought by the war in her country. She presented the children images before and after the war, and the children were left speechless, seeing so much destruction. Whenever a conflict occurs in the classroom, there are children who bring up the serious consequences of a war, and they calm down much faster. The things learned from going through the 12 lessons were multiple and extremely valuable. We learned about harmony in nature and how easily it can be destroyed, about the fact that each of us is valuable for what we do, for the way we appreciate and respect others. We then learned about forgiveness, about empathy, about respecting our family, our ancestors, and the legacy they leave, about gratitude and sacrifice for the benefit of others, and about preserving our traditions and cultural heritage. Above all these teachings was the understanding that only love and kindness can save us and maintain peace on earth. The words of Jimi Hendrix stay in my mind: when the power of love overwhelms the love of power, the world will know peace. Teaching and learning together with our students about peace during and after those 12 lessons, we understand that effective communication is very important in creating harmonious relationships in the classroom and in the school. For developing communication, we choose to make our school more hospitable for everyone who enters: students, parents, teachers, administrative staff, guests. So we decided to have a new way of welcoming every week. Sometimes we greeted everyone with beautiful words, sometimes with big smiles and body signs. But the important thing is that we spend a few seconds looking in the other's eyes, making him or her feel important, making them feel seen and appreciated. For children, this was a fabulous thing. They felt in a familiar, warm, and friendly atmosphere. When a teacher greeted them and gave them those 3 seconds, they felt special, took their share of courage and support for the whole day, got rid of emotions, and could learn more easily during the day. On the other hand, teachers' faces were no longer so frowned and serious. In the contrary, they became childish and supportive. Then the children said that it is very important to take the greeting in their classrooms among colleagues to create the comfort they need for a new day with a new learning experiences. Older children then greet the younger children, thus creating a safe atmosphere through the school. And in this way, we spread peace and harmony in the whole school. When we talk about respect, one of the most important values of peace, we refer to creating that warm and friendly atmosphere in the classroom among children, but also in school among teachers, the management team, administration, parents of our students, and all the guests who visit us. It is very important to show everyone that they are welcome and that we are good hosts to give them courage and freedom of expression. These could seem to be small steps in developing peace in our school, but they had a huge value for our community because little by little we became more calm and gentle in creating our strategies of educating children, and in this moment we can say that we are as a big and happy family. Then, I urge you, dear teachers, those who have in your classrooms the future of this world, to approach the lessons about peace with courage, for they will open a new chapter in the life of mankind. It is up to each of us to be light where we go. I will not stop spreading this light of love, truth, compassion, and humanity. I am glad to be a teacher of peace. We are one.
Thank you. Let's give warm applause for being forefront in training future peace-building leaders through peace education. Let's give a round of applause again for all keynote speakers who continue their endeavor in bringing peace with the sincere heart for the students. Thank you. To commemorate this meaningful occasion, we'll take commemorative photos. We'll take a total of 2 photos. First, we'll take a photo in straight posture. Please look at the camera. Isn't it such a wonderful day for the peace? So at this moment, smile brightly within the peace in your heart. Please look at the camera. We'll take the photo now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you. Next, we'll take the photo raising the right index finger and shouting, "We are one." On the count of 3, let's all together say, "We are one," holding your right index finger in the air. Let's take the photo. 1, 2, 3. We are one. Hold it, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. This concludes the first session of the Global Peace Education Conference. We will now bid farewell to the audience watching the broadcast. Thank you all for watching. You may leave the translation device on your seats. Soon, we'll meet again for the second session at 6 p.m. Thank you.